So this is my second attempt at an SBE video because my wife's a photographer, right? And we have a new camera, and she took this nice new camera to work with her. And when she got home, I placed the camera back on the tripod. And then I talked to the camera for 20 minutes, and it was a fantastic video, and I sang for you guys. But I'm not singing this time. You know why? Because I forgot to plug the mic cord into the camera. So I get inside into my computer, and it was terrible. And I'm like, oh my God, should I just upload it? No, don't be lazy, Richard. So we're gonna talk about SBE in this video. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm Richard Allan. We talk about stocks on this channel, and SBE is up like crazy. Crazy. Look at this. Look at this. We talked about this the other day, and I drew these fancy little lines, and some of you said, hey, it looks like it's still in my trend line because I said there's probably a little bit more downside. I think it broke this trend line. And now when I zoom into this, when you zoom into this right here, look at this. Look. The bottom of the candle did break the trend line, but it finished above the trend line. It's very important. It's a very important distinction when you're doing trend lines. So I'm sorry for the poor information. But look at this. It broke this trend line and it said, bye guys, I'm going to all-time highs. And a few videos ago, we talked about that the extended merger date, right? The delayed merger date may be a good thing for the stock because it may give the stock more time to run. And it looks like that scenario is playing out right now because the stock is trading at about $45 per share. And I want to talk about a couple articles that just came out over the last couple days. I want to talk about a couple things regarding this stock. We're going to talk about exuberance in the market because a lot of you are afraid that the stock market's going to crash soon, right? Like, exuberance can't last forever, right? It just can't. Like, this market can't last forever. A couple videos ago, I talked about taking advantage of this bull market right now while I can because I know it's not going to last forever. And one of you guys in my Discord said, hey, what happens when there's a red market? Does everything fall down? Is there any opportunity in the market? Like, what happens? I'm new, I don't know. And I said, that's not a dumb question at all. It's a great question. There are going to be winners and losers in any market. But in a bear market, there are more losers and less winners, period. And that's true. There's still going to be opportunity in the market, and that's why I want to talk about the exuberance with SBE/ChargePoint. That's the first article we're going to cover, okay? This says, although the merger date for SBE and ChargePoint is uncertain, enthusiasm for SBE stock appears to be fairly solid as 2020 wraps up. If recent prices are any guide, over the last month, shares of SBE stock ranged from $19 on November 18 to nearly $36 now. Well, we know that's $45 now. But we've been talking about SBE since it was like in the $15 range, right? You guys remember. And now it's up 200% from that point, 200%. Talking about this deal maybe not happening until January, and we talked about how that may be a good thing, and I think that's playing out right now. But here's the part I want to focus on right now. The stock's behavior begs the question, is this some of that irrational exuberance we've been warned about? And you know what? I think it might be. A little bit, right? That there are probably some people investing in this stock that have no idea what they're buying. They just see that it's up and they're like, oh my God, it went up all this percentage points today. I better buy in before it goes up more. Some people think that way. But this may be one of the stocks that is potentially recession-proof, that is potentially crash-proof. And what that means is if there is a pullback, which there probably will be an inevitable pullback in SBE, think about SPE and ChargePoint as years down the road, right? We know that ChargePoint is the market leader in their space, in the EV charging space. We know that. They have over a 70% market share here in the US alone. They're massive. This company is a big deal. So when you have a company like that we all believe in long term, I'm talking 3, 5, 10 years down the road, right? Is it overpriced right now? Yes, for right now, yes, absolutely. Are you going to be able to perfectly time the market ever? Probably not. Some people try, but you can really make yourself go crazy trying to perfectly time the market. So my prediction is that right now is not a terrible time to buy as long as you hold this stock for the long term. I wouldn't buy now if you're going to look at it every day for the next few months and worry about whether it's going to go up or down. But right now is a good time to buy if you have a 5-year time horizon, if you have a 10-year time horizon, if you have a 3-year time horizon. This could be worth hundreds of dollars potentially down the road. That's what I'm banking for on this stock anyway. So you guys have to keep that in mind, because a market correction, a crash, whatever the heck you want to call it, is inevitable. It will happen. It always happens. History repeats itself over and over again. And this is a time right now that the market is exuberant. There's more and more investors that have never invested in stocks before, right? In the market right now, trading on Robinhood, many having no idea what they're doing, and that's okay. People are making a lot of money right now, but this isn't going to last forever. You need to keep that in mind. But SBE is more likely than not a stock that's going to be around for a long time, right? After it changes into ChargePoint, it's going to be around for a long time. That's what I'm thinking, at least, right? So the second article that I want to talk to you about real quick says, as ChargePoint goes public, it's time to consider how SBE stock will fit into your portfolio. And this person talks about how this is a picks and shovels type of investment in the electric vehicle sector. The idea with this picks and shovel thing is you don't go out and buy gold, right? You go out and buy picks and shovels. You invest in picks and shovels because everyone that wants to find gold needs picks and shovels, right? ChargePoint is a picks and shovels play because every one of these cars are going to need to be charged eventually, right? We know that NIO has battery swap tech, which is really, really cool. I don't think that every vehicle maker will adopt this battery swap tech, but I could be wrong. But regardless, right, those batteries need to be charged. ChargePoint is at the forefront of battery charging. It makes sense that they would be the play, this picks and shovels play for the long term. I mean, in my mind anyway, right? The rest of this article talks about really a lot of stuff, the gains that ChargePoint has had, that SBE has had. But I want to focus on this bottom part here, right? So customer count exceeding 4,000 businesses and groups. They also work with cities, municipalities, university. One of you guys pointed out in my last SBE video that locally here, at a couple of the grocery stores that we frequent here in Minnesota, that the charging stations are actually ChargePoint stations, which I think is really, really cool. So this technology and this company is really prolific, right? And they're all over the place. They really, really are. They have a network of more than 115,000 charging locations. They're the largest network of charging stations in Europe and North America. Remember, over 70% market share here in the US. Their next closest competitor is like 10%. They also have 133,000 public places to charge through network roaming integrations across North America and Europe. And then this is another fun statistic: about every 2 seconds someone's plugging into a ChargePoint network. And that's fantastic. And that's just going to get, I mean, as EVs become more and more adopted, right? Like, think about that. It's just going to be more and more prolific. So guys, I think this has more room to go. I know it's up 16% today. You know, it's down a little bit after hours. But I think we could see $50 relatively easily. Some of you guys are saying 60. I think 60 is a lot by the end of the year, or by the merger date. But that would be fantastic for the potential pullback that the SPAC will have. Like, even if it drops from 60, even if it drops 40%, we're not getting into the 20s again, right? Like you guys got to consider that. I would be really excited to see $60. If you're a long-term bull on this stock, meaning you're excited about this company, you think it's going to be around for a long time, is there a bad time to buy right now? If you can see the potential value 10 years down the road, if you can see that they're going to have $2 billion in revenue. They're forecasted to have $2 billion in revenue by 2027. These companies, this is a big company. It's not a tiny little baby company. So I think they're going to be around for a long time. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm getting closer and closer to announcing the exciting news about coffee. I'm just going to tease you with the word coffee. If you like coffee, let me know. Just type coffee down in the comments. Closer and closer. Maybe a month. Maybe 2 months away. Coffee time. Coffee time. I'm not going to sing in this video because I'm pissed that I didn't plug in my microphone. Thank you guys for joining me. Seriously. If you guys are interested in the Patreon and the Discord, it's exclusive to Patreon members only. But it's like $5 a month. It's not terrible. We're already doing some cool stuff over there. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you. As always, if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.